Okay, this is the continuation of the modes lessons. This is going to be Phrygian mode. So let's just get right into it. And this is going to be the third degree of the major scale. In this case, we're using G major. So if you take a G major scale, 1, 2, 3, you get B. The third mode in the major scale is Phrygian, so this would be B Phrygian. We'll have some charts up there for you. And also I'm going to put a backing track to this lesson. I went over the other lesson and I'm going to add some more stuff. I'm going to tell you a little more like how to practice this stuff to get it down. And so that you can make the connection, you can see that you know, you're playing in G major, these are all derivatives off of the G major scale. All these modes, these Ionians and Phrygians and stuff like that, it's G major. I mean, when you get right down to it, it's a G major scale. It's just different shapes on how to play the G major scale. I hope that's clear. So let's get right into it. Now, if you notice, this is this is number 2, or the Dorian mode. If you notice, we're going up 1 to the next note. And that's your third degree. The same way if you're going 1, 2, 3, well, you can think of it the same way in patterns. That's 2. That's 3. And you end up with this Phrygian type pattern. Now, I'm going to put a backing track that I made, and I should clarify the chords here, what's going on. It's going to be an A minor 6. Having some problems with my camera here, but you can see an A minor 6 and a D9 are very, I mean, they're closely related. The I mean, you could say they're basically the same chord. It's you can think of it as a D9 with an A in the bass. Sounds like a dominant chord, basically. The second chord is going to be a B minor 7. The third chord is going to be a D7. And it's going to go back to the A minor 6. It's going to be A minor 6 for 2 measures. 1 measure on the B minor 7 and 1 measure on the D7. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up the neck diagrams, and you'll see where the root, the 3rd, 5th, and 7th are. And you can target those notes. One way of practicing it, and let me explain this real quick. This is A minor 6, B minor 7, and D7. Now what you can do is you can take the first A minor 6, the 2 bars, and just focus on that. Let it pass. I'll stop right there just to do the 1 chord. Practice the top part of it. Like the first 4 strings, get the pattern down there. And just make up riffs under that, and listen to the notes. It's very important to hear, you know, what they sound like. Listen to this F sharp here. That's the minor 6. Alright, now you're going to go to the B minor 7. Just either you can land on the root, the 3rd, 5th, or 7th on the B minor. 7th. Throw a pentatonic in there if you want. Okay, then work up the lower half of the scale. So anyway, you should have the idea of how to practice it. You want to take it in bits and pieces. You don't want to try to overload yourself with it because it's a lot of information. It's the pattern, it's the roots within the pattern, and of course it's the 3rd, 5th, and 7th. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot of work, but I mean, the rewards are. Or I mean, you know, I don't even know how to explain. I mean, it'll open up the fretboard in a way that you know, make it so much easier. But there is a lot of work required. But the first thing is you have to know the notes. That's the first thing. You have to know the notes on the guitar. Unfortunately, there is no shortcut for that. I wish there was. It's you just have to take it slow. Like when you learn this Phrygian position, learn the notes. You got B, C, D, F sharp, G, A, D, E, A, B, C, and you'll notice they repeat. You know, like if you know this is B, C, and D, well, you know this is B, C, and D, and they're all over. But learn the notes in that position, and same way in the Dorian position, you learn the notes there, and you just work your way down the neck. Now I'm starting from the 5th fret, and I started there because a lot of people, if they do know any notes on the fretboard, they know the open position and they know some notes down here. They're right up almost to that 5th fret, and they know a few down here. So you can connect everything a lot easier starting from the 5th fret, assuming that you know up to the 5th fret. If you don't, well then you have to learn down here too. But it would be the same process. So work on the with the backing track and take it just one chord, just under the A minor 7, and then and add a note on the B minor 7, just one note. You know, resolve it on the root, the 3rd, the 5th, the 7th, and listen to how it sounds. And then take the first 2 chords, the A minor 7 and the B 7, and resolve on the D 7, just one note, and then put it all together. And work your way, you know, the top of the pattern and the lower half of the pattern, and it'll come together. Now, what I'm going to do in the next lesson is I'm going to combine. I'm going to stop right here because this is enough to get going, and then we'll continue on. But to try to connect these 2 positions, because this is important, because eventually you're going to end up connecting them all. And that's when you'll see that these names for the modes are just that. They're names. It's a G major scale is what you're playing here. You know, technically, okay, you can call it a B Phrygian. Everybody, you know, it's a musical term. But it's the 3rd position, or 3rd fingering, off of the G major scale. But you put them together, and you'll see, and I'm going to start adding some chromatics in here too, which really bring it to life. You know, I mean, if you're playing in one position, obviously you're kind of limited. You can't, you know, you want to move around the neck, but it forces you to know the notes the shapes, the arpeggios, and all that. And then once you combine two of them, then it really opens it up. And then by the third one, the Mixolydian, I'm sorry, the Lydian, you know, it should be pretty obvious at that point where it's going. But what I'm going to do is play the backing track. I'll put up the neck diagram for the backing track, and you'll see as the chords pass, the neck diagram will change. So you can look at the screen and you can see the notes that you need to target. And like I said, take it slow. Take it one chord at a time. Take the A minor 7 or A minor 6 for 2 bars and just work on that and listen to how it sounds. That's the most important. Listen to how that 6th, the F sharp sounds under that A minor. You know, start on it, end on it. You know, start on all the notes so you can hear the difference in the way they sound, and then just work your way up. Alright, thanks a lot for watching, and good luck.